historic ceremony, a sudden storm, harsh sanctions, and a message directed not only to priests and bishops, but to ordinary Catholics around the world. Just weeks after the Episcopal consecrations held on July 1st in Écône, Father Davide Pagliarani, Superior General of the Society of St. Pius X, sent a letter to the faithful explaining what the event meant and what he believes comes next. His message begins with gratitude. For several years, he says, he had prayed to the Blessed Virgin Mary to prepare hearts for this historic moment. When the day finally arrived, thousands of faithful traveled to Écône from many different countries. But according to Father Pagliarani, those who were physically present represented countless others around the world who had supported the event through prayer. One moment during the ceremony left a particularly deep impression on him. A powerful storm suddenly broke out. He recalled the words of Psalm 17. The Lord thundered from heaven, and the highest gave his voice. Yet despite the rain and the difficult conditions, the crowd remained. People continued praying. Elderly women knelt in prayer. Young mothers stood holding their infants. The faithful stayed focused on praying for the new bishops, for the church, and for the Pope. For Father Pagliarani, this became one of the most memorable images of the entire day. He described it as a visible sign of faith that remained steady despite adversity. He said the scene brought him great consolation and is something he will never forget. The letter then turns to the controversy surrounding the consecrations. Father Pagliarani explains that until the very last day, he hoped for a gesture of understanding from a Holy See. Instead, the consecrations were officially condemned. Sanctions were imposed not only on the bishops involved, but also on members of the society. According to his letter, the effects of these measures also touch the faithful who attend SSPX chapels. He describes this situation as a painful and deeply humiliating experience. However, he argues that this suffering must be understood in light of a larger purpose. According to Father Pagliarani, the consecrations were ultimately carried out for the spiritual care of the faithful. He emphasizes that souls remain the society's greatest treasure. In his words, even a single soul possesses infinite value. For that reason, he says, any sacrifice is worth making if it helps preserve the teaching of the faith and the administration of the sacraments. He also notes that July 1st coincided with the feast of the most precious blood of Christ, which he says served as a reminder of the price paid for salvation. Looking beyond the immediate controversy, Father Pagliarani asks an important question. What should Catholics do now? His answer is simple. Keep the faith alive. He compares faith to the small baptismal candle received at the beginning of Christian life. Even if confusion, difficulties, or disagreements arise, he says that flame must continue burning in the heart. For him, that interior faith is what matters most. The letter ends with an appeal to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Father Pagliarani entrusts all the faithful to her protection and asks for prayers for the newly consecrated bishops. He also offers a final reassurance. No matter what challenges may come, he says the society will continue caring for the faithful entrusted to it. And he concludes with a simple blessing. God bless you.